Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. Luke 1, verse 45.
Hi guys, I'm back again with a different pair of glasses from the Sunglass Spot. At first I didn't like them. I felt like they were too big, but now that I have like my makeup done and everything looks poppin', I feel like I think I'm like, yeah, I like them, you know. But yeah, anyways, let me get to the video. So as you guys can tell by the title, this will be advice on advice for anybody in beauty school. For all my beauty school students, this is advice for you. You don't have to go through this alone. Come to me, I will talk to you about it. I just hate when the lights are like legit circles on my lens, because then you can't see my makeup. Anyway, so this video is on my advice that I'd give somebody that's in beauty school. So it's a little bit of a rambly video. I don't really have notes on it. I just wrote it down and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna talk freely to you guys about it. So if this video is long, sorry, but this is just for my girls and guys that are in beauty school. I should drink some water. I just did 2 videos without drinking water. Anyways, let me get my life. So first, you did one of the most amazing things you can do in your life, which was choose a beauty school that fits you and that you feel like you will grow and be amazing in. And with this decision that you make, you have a choice whether you want to make it the best experience you can have or one of the worst experiences that you have. I remember going into beauty school, I was so happy and I was so excited, and I was kind of nervous because, you know, it was different. It was a really different environment for me, but I just remember telling myself, like, no matter what, I'm going to make the best out of this opportunity because I belong here. So first, my advice and something I would tell you guys, just always remember you belong there. You belong to be wherever you're at, and you belong there so you can get an education, so you can impact the beauty industry, and also you can do something different in your academy. That's the first thing. Second thing is, it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to feel stressed out. It's okay to not feel like you want to be there. It's okay to feel like you're not doing your best. It's okay. There's tons of people you can talk to at your academy that will be able to, you know, talk with you. I remember when I went to my academy, all of my instructors were Toni&Guy students at one point in their life. That says a lot. So it wasn't something new to them. They knew exactly how I felt, you know what I mean? Maybe not exactly, but they knew somewhat of how I felt. I remember I was going through this time in my life where I got really not like bitter, but I got really just stanky. Like, I think it was because I allowed people around me to be negative, and then I started to just be around that negativity so much that I started being negative and I started to feel unmotivated. It was like the hump, like literally the hump, where I was like beginning, maybe it was let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February. It was February and March. Mostly February, because I remember Boston had this huge storm. I was in somewhat of a toxic relationship. Guys, I was just all over the place. Thank God my teachers and my instructors loved me, and girl, let me not. Anyways, so it's okay. Talk to your instructors. Like, I love the fact that where I went, I could go to my instructors and say, hey man, I don't feel like doing this cut because X, Y, and Z, and they'd be like, come on. They call me Kat. They're like, come on, Kat, like, don't be like that, and we'll talk about it. And then I would, you know, I'd feel better because I got it off my chest, and then I could go back and do the cut or do the color, whatever I was asked to do. So it's okay to have a bad day. Another thing I would say for advice is, it's okay not to look your best every day. You know, beauty school is tough. Like, I remember for me, like I said in my previous video, I was someone that commuted, so I would have to wake up at like 5 a.m. to do all of this to be ready for beauty school. I didn't have all this hair. I was like, I had my big chop. I had tapered size and all that kind of stuff. But it was a lot to get ready because you have to do your makeup, you have to do this, you got to get your clothes in order, and then you have schoolwork the night before. So I get it. Sometimes you can't look your brand, but try your best. Like, you know what I mean? Don't go in, like, one of my biggest pet peeves in beauty school is like people would come in looking all types of homey, like big baggy sweatshirt, leggings with holes in it. First of all, don't be wearing no leggings. And if you're going to wear some leggings, wear a long top so it covers your butt. Nobody wants to see your panties, your thong, your anything. Okay, cover your butt. But yeah, people just come in looking real homebody. It's okay if you come in, but don't look like you just crawled out of bed, even though that's how you feel. Okay, and dress your brand. Like, even when you feel like you can't do that, like, it feels like, when I tell you guys, this morning I was not trying to make no videos, but then God was just on my heart. He was like, make a video about this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, I gotta do my makeup, I gotta do this, blah, 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 blah. Granted, I love doing these things, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you sometimes just don't feel it. When I did my makeup, I was like, you can't tell me nothing. So when you do that kind of stuff, it makes you feel better. So that's another thing I would say. Even when you don't feel your best, it's okay, but try to make yourself look your best, because then you'll feel your best. When you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my other type of advice. And then the other thing I would say also would be, stay away from, sorry if I'm looking down, I'm kind of looking at my, if I see words that pop out at me. Stay away from people and separate yourself from people that aren't positive in beauty school. When I was in beauty school, there was a group of girls that would just be so, like, they'd be nasty. And I just think to myself, like, you guys are so ungrateful. Like, you guys are going to this really amazing beauty school that cares about you, that cares about your education. But they would see everything as negative. Like, oh, I missed an hour, or I was late 1 minute, now it's late, it's like I'm late an hour, blah, 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 all this kind of nonsense. And I'm just like, so, like, do something about it. Be positive. Don't just sit in that yuck and gut and, like, all of that. Like, they would just be, like, talking stuff about the teachers. They would talk about how teachers teach. They would talk about all this kind of stuff that just was totally irrelevant to their experience at beauty school. And I feel like you have a choice. You can either, like I said before, you can either make this experience really amazing, or you can make it kind of trashy, and then when you graduate, you're not feeling happy. So that's one thing I would say. Separate yourself from those people that are just like, meh. Like, you know what I mean? If they're like, meh, don't even, like, I get it, don't try to save them or be like, hey, you know, be that, like, that loving, all that. You could try, but some people just like being like that, and it's just because they're dealing with some things that they just haven't dealt with yet. But if you're someone like me, I'm a very positive person. Me growing up and, like, even going through the beauty school experience, I realized that negative people and me, we just don't click like that. Like, I can be around people that are negative and I can kind of brighten up their spirits, but if they're consistently like that, it's a drainer, and it will suck on my positivity, and I will become someone crabby, just like how I told you guys. I wasn't feeling none of that. So try to be around people that are happy about the program. Try to be around people that are positive. I mean, I'm not saying go and find the person that's just like, oh my god, yeah, yeah, because that could be a little too much. But find your balance. Like, you know what I mean? If you're around negative people, try to change the topic. Try to change the attitudes of those around you. I remember, and you can ask anyone in my beauty school, when we had Friday powwow, guys, I was always lit. Like, I love powwow. I love powwow at Toni&Guy. It made me so happy. But yeah, surround yourself with positive people. To ask, like, this is not even by numbers, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm saying two, but ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. All of my teachers said this to me, and I kind of took advantage and I kind of didn't, but I mean, it's never too late, because I could always go back and ask them. Ask questions. If you don't understand something, don't think just because everybody else knows that, you know, what's going on, you can't ask your question. You never know, that question might help somebody else who's kind of shyer or might not know how to word their question. You know, when it comes to a certain topic, ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to jump in and get your hands dirty and do something different. Like, if they're asking for someone to come and do a color or do a demo, do it. Like, you know what I mean? Step out of the box. Like, I wish when I was in beauty school, I did color my hair to be some type of color. Granted, it was all short and tapered, but shoot, I would have been popping with some copper hair. Like, you know what I mean? And I would have been able to live through that and be like, yeah, because I ended up chopping it again. But yeah, so just take advantage of that. I talk a lot and I talk in rambles. I'm sorry. It's like I'm talking to one of my friends right now, but my friend that's not talking back to me, so I'm trying to maneuver. Anyways, get involved. That's another thing I would say. Get involved with all of the things that your school is providing. I got involved with the Cut Above that my school had, and I won a trip to Vegas for me and my best friend. And I mean, everything was paid for. My flight, my food, everything was paid for, and it was a fabulous experience for me. So don't be afraid. Like, listen, guys, when I tell you, when I was in beauty school, they had so many opportunities that people would just pass up. Don't be afraid. to say, you know what, I don't care if someone's gonna think I'm this, or they think I'm better, or if they think I'm doing this for attention. Just do it, because guess what, you ain't gonna be, listen, they're not paying for your school experience, they're not paying for you to go there. You are, and you're paying your time and your talent when you are there. So if you want to do something, do it. Don't think about what people will say while you're there. Just do it, because if I thought about that when I made my video for the curly style out that helped me win a trip to Vegas, I probably would just be in Boston like mad, like meh, you know, nah. But everybody was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Kat won the thing out of all the schools. Guys, it was out of all of the schools, okay? I won, okay? I won, me, I won. And that's like, I mean, all the schools in the US competed, like all the students, and only, you know what, shout out to those who did participate. I think it was about maybe 15 of us. And I'm gonna tell you, I was a little, I knew, let me humble myself. I knew I was good at what I was doing, but it was still scary to see other people that are just as good at doing what they do, you know, compete. And it was good. It was like a good like competition. I loved it. But yeah, don't be afraid of getting your hands dirty and being involved in different things that the school's doing. If they're doing something where they're traveling to a show, go put your money, $20, $30, $60, whatever the ticket price is. It's not gonna matter when you leave beauty school, because you'll be making it back times more. You know, pour into your experience while you're there. Another tip for advice that I would say for anybody in beauty school: don't be out here eating everything. When I was in beauty school, they had 2 vending machines, and let me tell you, all of me and my little girls, they were like, I mean, every day we were like eating something. Hold on, my video's about to click off, so let me start it over. Me and my girls would always be, you know, in our calf area, and we'd be tearing up some snacks from the vending machine, and I mean everything. I mean, my skin would break out, I'd be getting fat, everything, and I would be like, oh my god, I work at this bar and I'm like looking like crap because I'm eating all this stuff that's messing with my skin and my hair and all that kind of stuff. So just stop. Don't even get into that. Like, if you see people always going to Dunkin' Donuts and you're not someone that drinks coffee, don't go out there drinking coffee, y'all. Just save your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. And be on time, guys. Be on time. Oh my god, this is probably this should have been the first thing I talked about. I know if any of my instructors are watching this video, they are dying laughing at me. Be on time and go to school, because if you go to school like Toni&Guy, you will owe them money before you could go take your state boards. And I don't want that to happen to you guys, because it happened to me and it was a lot of money. Let's just say, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Go to school on time and don't miss no days. I don't care what you may be feeling. I don't care if you gotta drag yourself. Like I said, drag yourself. Don't look like a homebody. Drag yourself to school. Get your education, because you don't want to be hit with that like big old number before you can take your state boards. Then you'll be like sitting here with your shoulders up, like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this money to pay off school? Get your butt in school. Don't miss school for nobody. I wish I followed my heart and my dream that God gave to me. God gave me a dream. I'm speak so transparent with you guys. You know, this is who I am. God gave me a dream, and in this dream it was basically, I choose to work at the bar that I was working at, or I choose to do me and continue. You know, it was a very interesting dream. In the dream, I'm gonna just like shorten it. In the dream, I remember it was me, one of my friends who was a personal trainer, and then it was the staff at the bar. And I chose in the dream to go with my friend that was a personal trainer. And you know, when I talked to my godmother about it, my mentor, she was like, okay, let's try to break this down. And she was like, maybe in this dream it's showing that you're choosing to do something for yourself, you know, and you're choosing to, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to keep going all the way in versus, you know, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. So in real life though, I chose to go with my job at the bar. And if I can go back, I mean, we live life and we learn and we grow. If I could go back, I would have really took heed to the dream that God gave me. God gave me a dream where it was like, hey, you have a choice right now. You can either do you and be good and, you know, help yourself, or you can go to this bar and you can work with this staff and see where it takes you. And I'll tell you, it just took me down a hole that I didn't even want to go in. Like, I wish, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to say I wish, because I met some amazing people with that job. But it wasn't worth it, guys. It wasn't worth it. The money was good. The money was really good. And I think that's what kind of grabbed my attention. But because of me working there, I was missing school. I was late. I was in a relationship that I didn't need to be in. I really didn't need to be in that relationship. And yeah. So I would say, if you're someone that's spiritually connected, if God is giving you a dream, pay attention to that dream. But going back to my advice, if you're working like so much to the point where you're burnt out, don't do it, because that's another thing that happened to me. I was burning myself out when I was working at that bar. I was literally, it would be from beauty school on Fridays was 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then I'd be rushing over to get to the bar by 5-6 o'clock, and I'd be kind of late, and then I would have to stay there until 2 a.m. 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, then get myself up again at 8 a.m. on Saturday to be in beauty school, and then repeat that same day. So it'd be 8 a.m. to 4 at beauty school, 5 to 3 a.m. at the bar, 8 a.m. to 4 at beauty school on Saturday, then 5 to 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then Sunday I have church. So I was missing church like crazy, because it was like I was tired, I was burnt out, I was literally demolished. Yeah, I was getting paid, yeah, I was getting tips, yeah, I was making money, but was it worth it? No. Do I have anything to show for it? No. Do I wish I could go back and like chill out? Yes. But I learned a lot, and I'm trying to teach you guys something from what I learned. Don't burn yourself out with work. Guess what? The work will come. It's actually, I think, a sin to work in vain. I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not trying to speak no blasphemy. I have to get my text. But you shouldn't work in vain. That's just real talk. Like, don't do anything that you don't like doing. God put you here to do what you love, because he knows what your heart desires. So when you walk in your purpose, you will do what you love. And I'm not going to preach to y'all, because that's just the truth, and y'all could just get it from there. But yeah, don't burn yourself out with a job. You don't want to do that as a student. And another thing I would tell you is, be attentive, be aware, and be, what am I trying to say? Rewind. Be the person that is a nerd in beauty school. I don't care. I wish that I paid attention more, because when it came to state boards, I was panicking. Like, I don't test well, and I think, and I mean, I do well in academics, and I retain information well, but when it came to like thinking about the test, I would always get nervous. And in beauty school, you go through tests every time you go to another grade. I don't know what to call it. I wish I was just more into it, like where I was studying it constantly. I wasn't studying it constantly because I always had a client in my chair, so I was always doing something. But if you're someone that doesn't test well, or if you're someone that kind of gets nervous when it comes to academics, you want to pay attention, you want to ask questions, and you want to really study, because you don't want to go and take your state boards and then fail and then have to pay another amount just to retest. You know what I mean? Get it right the first time. When I went to go take my test, guys, I passed it. Boom, got it. As soon as I finished my test, I finished before the girl that I was testing with, and it was this girl from another school. As soon as I finished, I was out. I got my license, I was out. So I would say pay attention in that way, and really make the links. Like, if you're someone that's more like, you like to be hands-on with your learning, write it down, read it, repeat, all that kind of stuff. Make pictures so you can understand things. Do skits. Make learning fun in beauty school, because you can do that. Like, beauty school is probably like one of the best places you can be as a creative person. Like, you can be creative about everything. They have amazing, like at my beauty school, we had some awesome projects, and be creative and be able to take advantage of all that kind of stuff, because that will pay it forward. This video is really, really long. Let me think of any other things I would tell somebody that's going into beauty school. Bring packed lunches. That way you don't have to spend money at any of the little pizza shops, coffee shops, any place around your beauty school. Bring your packed lunches. What else would I tell you guys? I think that's it, because I really don't, I mean, I can't even say I really don't want this video to be long. It's like 20 minutes long. But yeah, that's what I would say. When you go, make the best of your experience. Love on the people there. Be loved by the people there. Appreciate your oh, that's one of the best ones. Appreciate your, oh, I'm gonna cry if I say it. Appreciate your teachers, because there are some teachers in beauty school that love you guys. Like, I remember, like, oh, I don't even want to cry. Let me just get my mind and my heart my heart in order. Appreciate your teachers. That is one amazing piece of advice. I love the teachers that I had at Toni&Guy, and I loved who they were for me when I needed them, and I loved how they fought for me. Oh, you see this? Oh, get it together, Angel. Get it together. Everybody at my beauty school knew I cried a lot, but yeah, appreciate your teachers. Make the best of the experience. So my card was full, you guys, but it was good because it helped me compose myself because I was about to get really emotional. But yeah, like I said, appreciate your teachers. Give them love notes. Hug them if they're huggable, and just be grateful that they're there for you. But I will wrap up now because I'm ready to do my next video and I don't want to be out here crying. If you like this video, thumbs it up. Also comment any questions that you may have if you're a beauty school student, any tips if you were a beauty school student, and if you want, you could share your best beauty school moment or memory, or shout out your favorite beauty school teacher, or just whatever you want to do in the comments. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get notified when I post videos. I have to start saying that because I realize that's a thing now. And I want to be more, what's the word, consistent with my videos. So if y'all do that, it'll help me be more consistent. And thank you for watching. Connect with me, let's chat. I like talking. I'm trying to be more social on social media. I used to be really social and I'm trying to get back like that. So follow me on Twitter, Instagram, like my Facebook page, add me on Snapchat. I like to answer people on Snapchat all the time, so if you got questions, hit me up over there. I know people are going to ask me about my hair or my makeup or my glasses, and let me just show you guys my new contacts that I'm about to make a video on. Ooh. And like I said in this other video, this is not heat damage, guys. I used a product I really didn't like and actually hate it, and I haven't washed it out of my hair because if you have curly hair, you just understand it. I ain't even gotta explain myself. But on that note, I love you guys. God bless you, and I hope anybody in beauty school has an amazing experience and that you guys love it and make the best out of it, because it's an amazing time for you. Okay, all love, respect, love. I'm out. Peace. It's popping when you have more than one SD card. Let me just tell you guys that. If you're someone that wants to be doing YouTube or taking photos for people or taking photos of yourself, get more than one memory card, because when that baby is full, you need another one. Ugh.